Hi, this is Mr. Perez. This is your senior year scheduling video. So a lot of this you've already done before, but we're just going to cover some highlights, talk about some changes and additions to programs that we're offering, and remind you of some key information moving forward in the process. So let's go ahead and get started. By now you should have received an email from me in which there's two documents that are attached. The first document is one that is familiar to you. It has a lot of the details and the information regarding the scheduling process. We're going to go through some of those documents today and talk about how it works. It also shows you where the video is found. Second thing is the course selection sheet with your predetermined courses from your teachers that have been placed in your levels. And we'll talk about that momentarily. So please be sure you read both of those documents and you have this one open and ready to go when you need to do your scheduling. The curriculum guide can be found here at this link. It's also found off the academics tab on the St. Patrick homepage. So the questions that you need to ask yourself and some guideline processes in there is, how do you get yourself to 7.5 credits? So again, as a senior, you need to have 7.5 credits during the school year. This means that you'll have one study hall during the school year going forward. If you want to have 2 study halls, we'll talk about the summer program that you can take to do that. Be sure to read everything that's enclosed so you know the information for the summer and the school year. And if you're wondering what a course is about, you can check the curriculum guide that's found on the academics link on the St. Patrick homepage. There's 2 important questions to think about again, especially with senior year approaching and college right around the corner. What do you want to study in college or do for a career? The courses should be aligned with future career plans. And secondly is, what courses are going to help prepare you for college and career worthiness. So while it might seem that you're taking something that looks quote unquote easy, and that's one reason. The better reason to take a class is because it's going to be rigorous, it's going to be pretty for college, and it's going to help you get ready for your next stage in life. So you want to look at the courses that are going to do those things and pick your classes appropriately. We do offer some classes through the Online Learning Academy, through the Archdiocese of Chicago, and that information is there. And know that again, that all of us here at St. Patrick High School, your counselors, your teachers, and I are more than willing and able to help you make this process go as smoothly as possible. So now we're going to look at the courses you're projected to have for next year. This is the other document that came with the original email. So the required courses that are listed here, you have a full year of British literature, you have a full year of some kind of math course. That could be pre-calculus, that could be calculus, that could be financial algebra, that could be modeling and statistics, that could be an algebra 2. Wherever you found the math placement by your math teacher, that's the course that you'll have for next year. You have physics listed on the course. We'll talk about how that works momentarily. You'll have a full year of religious studies. That'll consist of a semester of Christian lifestyles and a semester of social justice. Every senior has a half year of economics as their consumer education state requirement for graduation. Every senior has a half year of physical education. That could be junior senior PE, which is course 630, which we'll talk about there, or it could be 646, 647, 648, 649, which is athletic conditioning. We'll come back to that in a little bit. And every senior has a half credit of government. That takes you to a projected number of credits of 4.5 for graduation. You need to have 7.5 in order to graduate from St. Patrick High School. So in most cases, you'll be looking to add 2 credits worth of electives to get you to graduation. The course book can be found at that link there as well as on the school website. We do ask that you talk about your core placements with your teachers and your counselors and your parents. You'll be held accountable for your course selections because teachers' assignments are based upon what's done now, as we don't have a lot of flexibility to make movements once scheduling starts later on in the school year. So if there are changes, there could be a $100 course fee that gets added to that. Again, senior is required to have 7.5 credits, and the registration information is there for your parents. So back to this point in time. So we've got the required courses. So we're going to talk about, I said before, you've got 5.5 and it says 4.5 here, but we're going to talk about why there's a difference momentarily. So every senior, again, has these required classes, and I don't need to recap them, but to reemphasize the fact with this 630 number, this 630 is a generic placeholder for a PE class. Those of you who are not scheduled for a varsity sport will have 630 on your course schedule. That means that you need to pick one of these options, 634, 635, or 652 from the course listings. If you have that 646, 647, 648, or 649, you've got athletic conditioning on your schedule card. You don't need to worry about that. this 630 is already included as part of your course selection. So if we go back a previous page, it'll have you already on the card as part of your projected credits. So don't think that you're adding this and still having addition. So you don't go 5.5 plus this half is 6. You're still only at 5.5. So this leaves most students with 3.5 credits and electives, but we'll talk about the physics or the other science momentarily. With 7.5 credits, you're given one study hall during your senior year. Again, the course placements for next year were based upon your current placements this year, and your current teachers made those recommendations. So if you have any questions or concerns about why you're placed at a certain level, please talk to your teachers. Physics, and for some students who have anatomy and physiology, is an elective course. Now we have it on your schedule just so the vast majority of our students take it, and so it's included on there so you know you've already got that. If you wish to take another science course, though, in place of that physics course, such as environmental science or space science, please speak with your current science teacher and he or she will give you instructions for what to do with that. We do offer one senior year elective that could be taken in the summer, and that is team sports, which is 2634. You see the schedule here of Monday, June 4th through Friday, June 22nd from 7:45 to 11:45. Mondays through Thursdays. You can only miss 2 days of class during the summer. If you miss more than 2 class days, we need to drop you from the course with a failing grade. Registration will take place online, and we'll show you how to do that momentarily. Remember that you do need to have 7 credits during the school year, so you could take this half credit here, but you can then go on and take 7.5. You can take 8 during the regular year. If you have questions about that, please come and let me know. We ask that you do make your course selections wisely, again, based upon your interest and your college and career plans. Preliminary registrations, again, will be determining the teaching assignments for next year, so we don't have a lot of changing after that process. Once this process is finalized in early May, you'll get an email from me that will have your course selections for next year, at which point in time you'll have about a few days to review that. And after those few days, those course selections get locked for 18-19 school year. And then after that, it could be subjected to a course change fee later on. Again, if you have any questions, please see your counselor or see me. Your counselors will be available up in the library during the lunch periods in the next few days and through next week. And I'll be coming up to the lunch periods as well on different days to meet with students in that case as well. So now in our business studies courses, so one of the new classes that we're offering this year is Accelerator. Accelerator is based off of Incubator. So Accelerator is for those students who have taken Incubator either this year, particularly this year, because their company or their product will receive funding at the VIP pitch night at the end of the school year. So if your group is more than likely going to receive funding and you want to continue building your company next year, then Accelerator is the course to register for. If you have not taken Incubator and you're interested in doing so for the first time, then you would sign up for Incubator at this point in time. English as a second language 4 is for our international students who need reinforcement in English skills. It's not typically taken by students whose first language is English. And journalism production this year is a new course that we're offering. If you notice, it's a 1 credit course, so it's a 2-semester course, meaning that you'll be working on it all year long. So if you've already had journalism and you want to learn more about media and journalism itself, this is a great course to take. You'll be working further on the school newspaper. You'll be working further with social media, working more in the digital field as well as also in the commercial fields with media advertisements potentially. So this is an exciting class we're offering. We're hoping to be able to team it up with some college credit by the time that school begins next year. All the fine arts courses are listed here. As you can see, again, we offer a wide variety of them. I'm just going to highlight the new courses this year: Computer Graphics 2, Digital Music 1, Digital Music 2, and Improvisation. So Computer Graphics is an art course. Digital Music is a course where you'll be recording and music with digital tools. And Improvisation is an acting course. You'll be doing both drama and comedy routines, just spontaneous and coming up with acting skills in that way. Those are all half-credit courses that could be added to the school year. Again, be sure you check the prerequisites for things like 2s and 3s in particular. You need to take the level before you the previous one in order to get into it. So you cannot enroll in Art 3 if you have not had Art 2 or Art 1. You cannot take Digital Music 2 unless you've had Digital Music 1. So if you're interested in taking both, you could do so because one will be one semester and one will be the other. Just make sure that you're signing up for both at that time. And again, with the graphic designs, you cannot take Honors Graphic 2 if you have not taken Graphic Design 1. In the mathematics department, those are all courses we're continuing. So if you've been in computer science this year and you want to continue learning more about computer science, you could take Honors Computer Science 2. PAC level, probability statistics, that's a college level course in those two fields of mathematics. Probability is the chances of things happening, and statistics are analyzing data for trends and changes over time. Robotics 1 and 2. So if you've had Robotics 1, you can take Robotics 2. If you haven't had robotics and you want to start taking robotics, you can do that in the first year course. This is a college level course in human anatomy and physiology, so learning how the body works and functions. Environmental science and space science are elective sciences as well. You can see the social studies electives. We do offer a new social studies elective, and that's the PAC Psychology. So that's a college level course in psychology that we're proud to be offer this year. So if you take that, you can get college credit through St. Mary's University. And again, for the students who have 6:30 on their course schedule cards, they're picking one of those 3 summer regular PE classes during the year. If you have athletic conditioning, like 646, 647, 648, 649, you don't need to do anything with any of those choices. Those students who wish to take summer PE can do that through the website. Again, you'll see those dates and the time on the page down below. So that takes us through the electives that we have. Now we're going to look at how we actually pick the courses for selections. So this is for students. So parents, you do not have access to the course request form. We ask the students to complete that. So if you have questions about the course request form, please speak with your sons. So where do you find the course request form? You go and you log into your portal account. By logging in, you need to do that through a browser on either a computer or on your iPads. So you cannot do this through the Student Plus app. You have to do this through either a computer using Internet Explorer, Safari, Chrome, or your app using those same web browsers. When you open up your student portal, you'll go to your course request link, and at that point in time, you'll get the page that opens up here that shows your senior elective course selection sheet. And you're going to click on the View Edit button to take you to the actual link to register. So again, these are listed by departments. You're only going to pick the courses in the class. You're only going to pick the classes that you're interested in taking. You do not have to pick something in every department. So if you look at these 4 options between ELL4, journalism yearbook, or journalism production, and you're not interested in any of them, don't make a choice in any of the boxes. If, though, you're looking at going, I want to take journalism, I'm interested in media studies, you go ahead and you highlight the box, and you're good to go, and you click that, and you keep scrolling down the page to the next set of electives, which will be the fine art choices. So these are the fine art electives. You can see the wide variety of choices that we offer here. The little circle with the exclamation point in them is for further information, so you can go ahead and click that little circle with the exclamation point, and the box will drop down a little bit, and it will tell you the name of the course, the prerequisites, the listing of the level of course it is, and how many credits it is. Please be careful to pay attention again to the prerequisites, because if you don't fulfill the prerequisites for the course, you won't be scheduled for it. With regard to the band levels, so you'll see that there's only jazz band or percussion or concert band or chorus. We don't have honors level of those. That's because those honors placements will be made at a later point in time. So if you want to continue taking band or percussion or concert band or chorus, and you think you might want to take them at the honors level, select these levels now that you see on the sheet here, and then Mr. Glowinski and Mr. Wojnicki will schedule auditions for those and make the recommendations at that time. Here are your mathematics courses that you have to pick from, and we're going to keep moving forward in the form. And on this page, we have our science electives and our social studies electives. So again, just keep making sure that you're observing how many credits the classes have. So if it's got 1 credit or a half credit, make sure that you're just keeping a running total to get yourself to that 7.5 credits. Here's where you would select your options for your course that has 630. So again, if you are scheduled for junior, senior PE 630, that's not a real course. You'll pick either team sports, physical fitness, or lifeguarding. Again, with lifeguarding, you need to be able to swim moderately. So Mrs. Gibson does a swim test in the pool, and depending upon your performance in that, you may or may not get into lifeguarding. So again, those students who can swim well should be applying for lifeguarding if they're interested, but students who have weaker swimming skills, that's probably not the best option for you. If you again have 630, 646, 647, 648, 649, please do not pick anything from this list. I'll be emailing you to say that doesn't work. If you want to take summer team sports, you can have athletic conditioning and you still want to take summer team sports, that's fine. You just click here and then you'll enroll in summer team sports, and then I'll be invoicing that on the tuition account. A couple of buttons down here at the very bottom of the form. The cancel button clears any of the choices that you made up ahead of time. So if you click on the cancel button, it'll erase any of the selections you made. Save and revisit later is for when you're looking at the course form and you want to talk to a teacher, you want to talk to your counselor, you want to talk to me about choices. You click on save and revisit later, and it'll keep the choices that you made already on the form. The submit button is to be used once you are done making your course selections and you are sure that you have at least 7.5 credits during the school year. Once you press the submit button, the form and the selection process is locked. That's not to say that you can't make a change. So if you clicked somewhere that you wanted to do graphic design 1 and you change your mind and you want to do improvisation instead, you can certainly make that change, but at that point in time, you need to email me that you want to make that change. So that's the process that's followed once you press the submit button, because once that button is pressed, that form cannot be altered or cannot be changed. This is information about the Virtual Academy. So it's an online program that you could take through the Archdiocese of Chicago in special classes that we don't have the ability to offer here at St. Patrick High School. So I'm not going to burden you by reading all the details here. I'll leave that up to you to do so if you're interested in the Virtual Academy. And the classes that are offered there, we do offer 5 AP level courses in AP Art History, AP Computer Science, and AP Environmental Science. You will take those classes at the end. You'll take the AP test to see how you score on those tests, and depending upon your score, you may or may not earn college credit. We also offer AP courses in European history and world history, and we do offer 2 enrichment courses, 1 in digital video production and 1 in game design. If you notice, all the courses have an additional cost because that's associated with the class that you're applying to the Archdiocese to take. So that's not coming to St. Pat's. That's going to be paid to the Archdiocese of Chicago. If you want to register for any of the Virtual Academy courses, the information is here. Just follow those directions and I'll be happy to help you with that. Some final reminders of things. Again, that 7.5 credits is so very important. If you are short 7.5 credits, you load up and you pick 10 credits, that's going to be a problem. So make sure you're having at least 7.5 credits as a senior. You could have 8, you could have 8.5 if you take something in the summer. If you have questions about that, come and talk to me about those options. Again, please check the prerequisites ahead of time. If you do not meet the prerequisites, please do not take the class. Course selections need to be finished by Friday, April 27th, so we have time to close that process out and get teacher placements done. So make sure you do that process by that day. Once you submit your course registrations, please begin checking your emails regularly as if there's any questions, concerns, or problems. I will be sending you an email about that and asking you to follow up with me. It's best if you follow up right away because things do fill up, things do close, and the longer that you wait to check your email or follow up with me, certain things might get blocked at that point in time. And then if you have any questions or need any help, please see your counselor or me. Again, counselors will be up in the library, as will I on certain days coming up forward, moving ahead in the process. So I wish you well in the scheduling process. If you have any questions or concerns, let us know. Good luck, take care, and go Shamrocks.